Another Monday, another rollback. Welcome back. This is your weekly event of the BGF. I am Jombur, also known as Weirdling, and I'm here with the eternal underdog, Johnny, or Case of Chaos.
Oh yeah. Aye, so it's the normal rules as always that the reigning champion has a best of 5 against everybody. Anybody who ends up being the champion then faces off. And then finally we leave it. We always like to have the 2 worst performing players fight off for the coveted position of the spoon.
Yeah, it's just so even if you were like statistically the worst, you can still prove that you're not statistically the worst. Just so you can get rid of the belt. So, yeah, Reinart is back on top again. Surprise.
How many weeks do you think it'll be this time?
Well, hopefully not this week. So
I'm going to go ahead and say, unlike his last reign, we're much closer to his skill level, I'd say.
I mean, what I would say is that the competition is constantly like closing in, but everybody's getting better like constantly. But there's always that tiny edge that we have over each other that kind of keeps the scores like roughly the same.
But the thing about being the champion all the time, I feel like it's harder to improve when you're on top because what lessons do you have to learn?
I mean, yeah, unless you play online and you face people that are like just out of your league. That's yeah.
Celestial level 2000.
Oh yeah. Well, Celestial in itself is like that is like an entire different ladder. But yeah. So yeah, what we have this week is Reinhardt on top, facing all of us. This time he actually chose the reverse order, so we're gonna see you facing him first.
Alright, let's see how I do.
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's rock
and roll.
Nice.
So into the first match, myself versus Reinhardt.
Oh yeah. It's usually like, the one match. There's always like recently at least what you've been doing is that you just absolutely nail his ass in the first game. And then you just lose your momentum. So I wonder how this one's gonna go.
Well, you said it really well last week. I just let the result get to me. Need better mental.
It just feels like that once you eat like a big punish, then you just sort of lose your juice, which is really weird. Like you really shouldn't do that.
Yeah,
there we go. Perfect DP to the Mega Fist.
Well, I went right into this match thinking I need to be more aggressive with my Leo. Like, we all know that. Well, my name, I get called patient shit a lot.
Yeah, well, it's good to have patience because that works against him.
Yeah.
It's just usually the problem that you have, in my opinion, is that every time you have the opening, you run in and then you just stop.
I like how I have that patience in my game plan, but what I need to do now is just integrate that aggression that every Leo should have. And I think, as we can see so far, I've been more aggressive on purpose.
I mean, it works. That was a good 6p.
Thank you.
That instant backdash was good.
I just felt the buster coming.
Yeah, I mean, if you're crouching and the Potemkin is in your face, you're probably gonna get busted. That's a safe guess. Yeah, but this first round to you. Pretty good, mate.
Oh. Going into this, I'm a lot more defensive now, as you can see, with burst, but still keeping it up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you lived for the Roman cancer. Nice.
This is it. I get one round, and then we get the famous Jamie Reeds back.
I mean, I don't think that was a read. That was just you not jumping. Because I think, he always says that you never jump. So when you do, it's always a surprise. Which is probably why he's quite safe going for the buster, because you tend to just not jump.
I've been trying to jump a lot more recently.
Yeah.
Well, after being told that every week.
Oh, there we go. I don't know why they dropped, but it shouldn't have.
I must have just put the input in just a fraction too late.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Let's see if the patient pays off.
Yeah, this is usually when you get like way too defensive. Well, this is no good example because now you're aggressive enough. That's good.
And do I get bite?
Oh!
Oh, nice! I forgot about this.
Nice.
That felt so good on my day.
And you
That
eat the
didn't.
Mega Fist. Like, if you DP it here, you would have won the game.
For whatever reason, I didn't think a Mega Fist was coming out.
He's in the corner. What else would come out?
As if I'm thinking, it's Mega Fist all the time.
It always expect the Mega Fist. But yeah, this is what I've been saying. Like the first game is always like really like heavily leaning to you.
And
Oh, it didn't. Oh, it didn't bust it. That's lucky on your part.
I have no idea why. Oh, it's because I'm just so he's used to me just not jumping ever.
Yeah.
So when I do throw myself in the air, it's a punish.
Yeah, it feels like we're polar opposites because I'm constantly in the air.
And that's why you eat the heat knuckle, man.
True. Although I eat it less and less. Oh, there we go. You didn't jump.
And that was a purchase of aggression on my part. I just thought he was going to forward Mega Fist.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if I can bring this back. No.
Oh.
That's my one thing. I'm too desperate to get a nice juicy 6p in. It just feels so good.
I mean, it does, but you need to know when to use it. Oh, where's your burst? Where was the burst? Where's the burst, Johnny?
No, I think I just gave.
Oh, there we go.
I didn't give up. I just forgot about it, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, I can get out of it."
It's the. Oh, wow! You had full meter.
Yeah.
You see, this is something that you don't do, but it's something that Adam doesn't do either. Is why are you not using your wake up super? There are so many situations where you could just get out of this.
It's because we have a nice juicy DP that's just so easy to do in wake up.
I mean, okay, but then do that. What? Oh, that was some gluey thing gameplay.
My glue stuck more than his.
Gorilla glue. Oh, that parry was ill-advised. Oh, okay.
That was a strange little interaction there, but it was in my favour.
No moves that you normally use, yeah. Oh,
it's always good to try and integrate your whole kit, like.
So here's some advice that I would tell you. Like when you see the hammer fall coming, you can actually grab that.
You can grab.
You can grab it when it's moving towards you, and when the fists connect, you can 6p that as well.
Oh, alright.
So there are so many ways to get out of it if you don't press a button.
That sounds a lot easier than timing the 6p.
I mean, grabbing is easier than the 6p.
I don't know why my 6p didn't work well. And by night of frustration, I Eisensterned.
Yeah, well, this is why I've been telling you. Like, you eat one fat punish, and all of a sudden your confidence drops, which shouldn't, because you know that in the first game you almost got.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why, you know, just because you ate a fat punish, it shouldn't rustle you, because okay, yeah, that's like one thing that happened. Cool, back to neutral. It's, you know, anyone's game.
Hey man, it must just be those big numbers I see. Like just to see your health bar drop 1/4 from like one punish. That's just. It must just get me on a subconscious level.
I mean,
like,
yeah, but that's
in game. I don't feel any less defensive. But we can see it right there that I do become a lot more cautious.
Yeah, okay, but being cautious is different to just not pressing buttons, because that's like the one criticism that I always had to you is that you tend to just like make an aggressive like advance that you just run into the opponent's face and then you just crouch block,
yes.
As opposed to just actually doing something. Because what you could do is that you could start like a string.
Yeah, just some sort of really fast move, like
anything. Yeah, it doesn't even need to be fast. You just run in, you do like a close slash, heavy slash, and then you stop.
Yeah.
That's good enough, because then the opponent has to like, oh, do I press a button? Like, you know, the whole the whole mix-up strategy that you can have, especially with Leo, because he's so good at mixing up, is that you just stop your string when the opponent expects a Gatling. Because then it's like, I know that I still need to block like 2 more hits, but instead you just go like, I hit you once, and then I stop, and then the opponent goes like, oh shit, now I can press the button, and as they press the button, you just get a counter.
Yeah.
That's something that you can do with Leo all the time.
Slash heavy slash heavy slash reverse beat, I think it's called, isn't it? That's perfect for that. You just throw like 1 or 2.
Oh yeah.
Your slash heavy slash, then you make the opponent think.
Oh yeah, that's.
Oh, no, he's not. He's going to throw it more, or.
It's always the 50-50 between are you going to cross up, or are you going to do like your really slow overhead? Because if you do the overhead, it needs to be cold.
Oh no, I was talking about default stance for the slash heavy slash, but I know what you mean. Like
no, but that's what I'm saying.
Back turn stance as well, yes.
Yeah, you can do it in back turn, but yeah, back turn is a bit different because it doesn't have all that many options. But it's like every option is really good.
Yes.
So it's like when you're turning forward, also you can cancel the back stance. That's why Senpuu fucks me up all the time because he goes like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna do my back turn stuff, and then he just turns, and it's like, whoa, I have a whole different array of abilities that I need to like look out for at this point.
And when you're scared, you just go up and grab them.
I mean, that also works, but
like it's much better than the back turn command grab. Like that is the slowest. Must be the slowest command grab in the game. Like you proper need your opponent to be.
Yeah, but
feared.
you need to condition the opponent. It's like I'm gonna punish. I'm gonna just like wreck you with all my backstand stuff, and then it's like, oh okay, I'm gonna just block. It's fine. I'm gonna block everything, and then you just go and command grab. Then it works. So, yeah. Like, as I said, like, the first game was really good, and then you're just, like, losing your juice, which you really shouldn't, because it's like, you have everything it takes to beat him, as you could see.
Thank you. Well, everything apart from the consistency.
Well, yeah, but so what I would say is that you have the technical knowledge to beat him, you just don't have the mental fortitude that you need to beat him.
True.
And that's the only thing you need to work on.
Well, this defensiveness, I know what comes from when I first started picking up Guilty Gear. It was, well, the first fighting game I really wanted to get good at.
Yeah.
Instead of just playing casually. And I was just used to just getting punished for throwing out slower moves or even trying to attack with faster stuff and just having people beat me out. So I feel like that's just maybe a more defensive player naturally.
Yeah, but sometimes throwing out the slow moves is actually the one that messes up the opponent because they expect a fast button. And then all of a sudden it's just like, yeah, let me just use my 100 frame move that will hit you like eventually. And it's just like, shit.
Especially against you parry types, it's like, oh, you're going to parry me.
Oh no, like against me.
What if my move is slower than your entire parry?
If you do a slow move against me, I'm definitely going to eat it. At least initially, and then I get used to it. Right, but yeah, I think it was a good match. So
yeah, let's get into the second match.
Yeah. Right, okay. It's the Green Palabard.
Let's get a Zoner Boner!
Oh, this match is always interesting because it could go either way. Even though most of the time it's Reinart who gets the upper hand because, you know, he just has the more experience and all that stuff. It's always a 50-50 because if he gets into the zone, that's where he stays.
Definitely a Potemkin favourite match. An Axel favourite matchup.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show the strength of both our competitors that they can both regularly get wins against each other.
Oh yeah. Well, they got GPP to become the champion on backyard installs.
Well, let's see if he if he gets it back.
Oh, Reinart is really aggressive on this one. Oh, nice command grab. Okay.
He's been integrating the command grabs a lot more recently.
Oh yeah, he's pretty much been doing that since I called him out on not using it at the end of last year. Like after that he took it too hard, which is good, and then he started, you know, just like mixing his stuff up a bit. And it's much more scary than before. I actually think that some of the Axels that I find on floor 10 who have like the Celestial badge, some of them are actually less intimidating than him, which is, you know, that's definitely a compliment.
Well, he has been to Celestial himself after all.
I know, but it's like it feels like since he couldn't get back, it just seems that he was lucky. Because you know, if you actually do belong to Celestial, then you can consistently get there.
Yeah. A lot of this, I feel like Celestial is a little broken.
I know it is, but you know, like it still gives you some sort of indication of what's happening.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't want to discredit him because it takes a lot to get there. So you know.
Yeah, man, like
But I'm just saying
definitely
that,
call him like a solid floor 10 player.
oh yeah, definitely. Oh, this time it's actually gonna hit. Nice.
No, it doesn't. What?
Because good old Mega Fist.
Absolutely nothing beats that.
Oh, it's such a bullshit. And I will never stop saying that it's a bullshit move. That's gonna be my one character trait that I always say that Mega Fist is bullshit.
It's especially bullshit when he combos Megafisto into Megafisto into another Megafisto if he gets a counter.
Yeah, all the way to the corner just to bust through your ass. Or if you dare to jump, just go for the heat.
Well, let's see if Supreme Palbert can bring this much.
No, he's been doing so far. He's been doing alright. Oh no, he's in the corner. This is where he doesn't like to be. Like he's always in the corner because you know he backs himself into the corner, which is okay if you're full screen. But once the opponent is in your face and you're still in the corner, that's when Green Palabard really flustered.
If he can manage to find a way to consistently get away from the corner and then rezone his opponent, I feel like his gameplay would be next level.
I mean, yeah, he needs some cross-up stuff, like the command grab. But you cannot really pull that when the opponent is in your face, because
yeah, that is the most reactable thing ever. If command grab from close up.
Yeah. Although it does give you an axe bomber if it hits, so that's pretty good.
True. But Mega Fisto on the start, lovely.
I mean, that's a valid start. I played a Leo the other day that was just using DP at the start and it worked. Because I also pressed the button.
DP all the way throughout the match is just so fun. I don't care what people say.
Oh, okay, I wasn't sure what was going to happen then. Okay, this is a weird scenario because usually it's Green Palabot who's in the corner, but now he is actually applying the pressure to the person in the corner, which is never the case. So I don't think he really knows how to deal with that.
Well, as we can see here, he's been pushed right over to the upper corner.
Yeah, with the Mega Fist. Oh,
and
okay.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, I think the reason he actually lost this round is because Reinhardt was in the corner, he just didn't know how to deal with that. Oh, that is so unfortunate. Oh, the passive gameplay. Oh no, how did this not happen?
A lot of what, just sort of looking at each other, just waiting to see who moves first.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. Axel's on the aggression now.
All the jumps. That is the kind of stuff that he needs to deal with when I'm playing. So it's nice to see that Green Palabot is like oh no. RC uppercut.
Oh, he misses the heat. Oh.
Just to get Mega Fisted, obviously. What else?
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, my move didn't go. Well, oh okay, bursted. That's fine. Mega Fist. Classic.
Tell you what, it's a good thing Potemkin is such a endearing character.
Well, I feel no endearment when I play Jamie. all I feel is bullshit blazing.
Only the cold, hard reality.
Oh, he's so good at just like blocking incoming air attacks, grabbing as soon as they land. Yeah, that's wow. That was straight.
It felt like we talked for like 20 seconds and the round was over.
I mean, that's a very possible outcome in this game. Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Halibut's a grappler, like.
He got the grab before Reinhardt. Nice.
Come on, man. He's slowly being backed up more and more.
Okay, he's in the corner now. That's where he likes to be.
Well, not when there's a Reinhardt in your face to give you a big hug.
Every time he does a buster, he has the Roman cancel, and then he just does this combo. It's like, yay. Do you know how much I need to work for a punish like that? I actually need to get a 14-hit combo to get anywhere near that damage. And all you need is a buster, a Roman cancel, and then you do like 3 more hits into Heat Knuckle, possibly a wall break. Screw you, Reinhardt.
I think we've got a new clip for Assault Mines.
No, but I'm very salt like urination.
You are.
It's just the one, like, this is I've been telling this to him as well. I don't think he is better than us, or if he's better, like, it's really like just a sliver better than us.
I would argue that when it comes to the reads, he's more than just a sliver above us. Not to the point where we can't get wins against him, but it just feels like he's just so good at keeping his mind clear and just and remembering what you've done in the previous games, the previous weeks, and then he just uses that knowledge just to read you.
Yeah, well, is that not what we all do?
Yeah, it's what we all do, but he just seems to be the best at remembering, Jean-Lord did this. He jumped this many times the previous few weeks, so therefore
Okay, here's my counter argument to that. If I read a Mega Fist, what I can get from that is that, okay, I know that the Mega Fist is coming. I'm doing a Yozansen. The Yozansen hits. It launches us up in the air. I need to dash in. I can do my close slash to like a proper combo. Maybe get a wall break. I do about 25% damage. He gets one read. I get a buster. He cancels it. He does this full combo next to the wall. I lose like 60% of my health. Do you see the difference? If he reads a jump and he does Heavenly Buster, I'm dead if I have less than 60%.
Hey man, I'm not saying that's not annoying.
No, but I'm just saying that he needs to get one read and we are absolutely blowing up. Yeah. I need to get at least 3. That's the main difference. That's why I'm saying that.
That's the grapplers though, they have less tools than us, but then they're rewarded for it.
He doesn't have less tools than us. It's like
he can't dash. He can't.
Yeah, but he can armor through everything. Like literally, you're full screen away. That's fine. Hammer fall, and then he's in. Unless you actually see the hammer fall coming.
Use moves that hit him twice, or just when there's that window before hammerfall hits, you can 6p up.
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
that is fine. But normally, when he usually hammer falls as a reaction to a move, which means that if I'm already throwing out like a really slow move, like let's say I do my 2H, and then I go for the 2H, which is like super fucking slow. He just goes like, oh yeah, hammer fall, armors through the head, hits me in return, Roman cancel, full combo. What are we talking about?
We love you, Jamie, but goddamn, your character's annoying.
Yeah, it's like I would rather see him play Happy Chaos than Potemkin.
Bro,
although I'd probably take that back. Okay,
you better take that back.
Yeah, I'll take that back. Okay. Yeah, it's still like my point still stands. I think he's on par with us, at least like on a general level. He's on par with the rest of us. He just needs to get less, like fewer reads than us, because he does so much fucking damage.
He's not as far ahead of us as the weekly scores make it look like.
Yeah, but that's precisely why we have the rollbacks, the footage, because we can actually tell what's going on.
Yeah.
Which
See,
is good.
I have proof. I don't suck at this game, I promise.
I'm good, guys. Okay, right. I've been salty for long enough. Let's go for the next one.
Let's. Match 3, the monkey versus the mountain.
Nice. The monkey climbing the mountain. Keeps together strong. Yeah, this is every time we get to this match, I'm sort of hoping that Senpuu would beat Reinart, because then it would be a scenario where, like, Senpuu was the first champion we had, and then he has fallen behind and he never really got back on top.
For so long,
Yeah.
it was these two that were the main competitors.
Well, and me, yeah.
Yes, but I feel the stakes are higher between these two because, you know, they've been friends before BGF. They were the initial fight starters of this group, even before it was the BGF.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, like we're definitely the two freshest members to this whole thing, but
I feel like it would be nice to see Senpuu get a big win streak, not as large as Reinhardt, but you know, if he gets a win streak, it would be like, hey, I'm back on your level.
yeah, I mean, it's not like he's not on the level. It's just just look at the health bars right now. This could go either way in a single combo, or like a single hit. There we go. That's the hit I was talking about.
Potemkin's legs are so long that they go past even even the animation for his legs.
Yeah. Oh, nice block on the Mega Fist. Something I cannot do, so I'm jealous. Nice.
You can't block the Mega Fist.
Well, it's not that my character cannot do it, it's me personally. Because I always try to contest it rather than just block it.
You are a angry Unga Bunga boy.
I'm not really Unga Bunga, I'm fishing for the counter.
No, but as Unga Bunga in a good way, you have to be aggressive in this game.
It's controlled aggression.
Yes.
Oh, come on. Oh, nice jump on the buster. Oh, I think that was about like 1 pixel away from the hitbox.
This is something we've been seeing for starting last week. Senpuu's just really confident with slash into heavy slash.
Oh yeah, that's something that we actually practiced together. So he's basically utilizing all the stuff that he managed to pull against me to see if it sticks with Reinhardt. Oh, okay, that's a nice beat.
They're very slow moves, so that's one reason why I don't use them too often.
The one thing that he has been doing, and it really does work, even though like he has fallen to Reinhardt just now, it's when you do your slash and then you hold it, so you go into this like guard point, because it blocks everything that's high. So if a Mega Fist is coming in, he can just block the Mega Fist and then just instantly counter it, which is really useful. I wish I had something like that. Oh, nice pressure. Oh, there we go. We open him up. Where's the burst? Burst is not there. Oh yeah, I think he was expecting the burst there and it just never came. Nice gold.
Maybe Reinhardt was forgetting it, or
I think he was just not doing it on purpose. So, you know, he would mess up his... Oh, okay, nice deep.
Yeah. So it gets to a point when you're on a third of your health, it's like, if it looks like you're just going to lose that round, just keep a hold of the burst instead of just wasting it.
I mean, that's good advice, but I never do it.
Hey man, I don't do it either.
I just love to blow my burst whenever I can. Which is not good. I understand this is probably part of the reason why I'm not Celestial, but yeah. That move is so long. Oh, nice cancel so you can flick it. Good.
That was an interaction I never would have thought of happening. Nice.
Okay.
That's Senpuu just keeping the pressure up, and he gets in.
This is what I suggest to you. Like, this is the kind of you know that your normals are really long. So it's like, okay, so what I need to do is from footsie range just throw out a couple of slashes, see if they stick. And you know, you're far enough away, so it's really safe to do it. Oh, that's nice.
A wake up DP.
That's Senpuu evening out the score. Nice. Yeah, this is what we need. people beating Reinhardt.
Yeah, fuck you, Reinhardt.
I mean, if you're on the top for long enough, obviously there's gonna be resentment towards you, and I think he's ready for that.
Yeah, it's not like it's proper seething with rage resentment. It just means we want to win more.
Oh yeah, it's competitive resentment, which is, you know, it's healthy. Oh, nice block. You see that sort of footsie pressure that he's putting on. Like Potemkin can reach that far, but his buttons are way slower than actually reach all that far.
No.
So, yeah, once you're in this range, that's the danger zone. You can get grabbed. But if you keep that footsie range that he did, and then just nice.
Oh, with grab. Let's see what Senpuu does.
Okay.
Nice.
There we go. Roman cancel and the pillar. So that is actually something that really does work against Reinhardt. And I noticed this as well, even though like Baiken's normals are not that long. If I can keep like a footsie pressure or I'm not really in his face, that usually gets him, because I'm not like in grab range, so he doesn't have like the, oh okay, once I get a frame trap I can just get my buster. Oh, nice flick.
That's something I need to try integrating, but I'm just more comfortable with like fishing for a weapon than punching.
Yeah, but that's you know, like he's not going to press buttons all that much if you're. Oh no.
Yeah, you need to be just in footsie range to try and, you know, bait a nice slow button off him.
Yeah. Nice flick.
Nice flick.
Looks like Senpuu's using the projectile more and more, and Ryan is ready for it, so he's just like flicking it constantly. Oh no, that was actually a DP. I could see it the first frame, and it got busted.
I remember the first time seeing doing a DP and then getting grabbed. Oh, like you just see the first like 5 frames, like you said.
Oh, it's not even 5. It's just like 1 or 2.
Oh, he misses the punish.
Oh, okay, they both have full bar, but for what? For a hammer fall. Oh, that's a shame. Good shit, Potemkin.
No, bad Potemkin. You need to lose. You need to let us win.
Oh, okay, nice. With Buster.
A whiff to knee. Yep, like you said earlier, Senpuu's just throwing out all these projectiles way too much.
And I think I understand what he's trying to do, because he's waiting for the flick, so when the flick happens he can just like jump in and do something.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem to work. He's eating a lot of chip damage from basically his own projectile. Oh!
It takes a while to jump over that projectile and get in. It's like, oh, nice.
I wasn't sure what was gonna happen.
Potemkin's just going to be ready with any option after you jump over that.
I mean, yeah, if he has meter, holy shit. You might just get heavily busted. Although it depends on the speed of your getting in.
It's down to the wire.
As usual. There we go. Nice. Nice. Is it jump slash? I think it's
jump slash, yes.
Yeah. Nice jump slash.
Some very good. I was going to say very good footsies this match, but then we just saw whatever that opening was.
Well, that was Mega Fist getting traded. Oh no.
Oh.
It does have the meter. But here's the burst.
Is this going to be a round steal from Senpuu?
I mean, what are the odds?
Hey man, this is a
Hammerfall! When in doubt, just throw out the moves with armor. Oh, okay. 68. Oh. You can whiff the flick and flick again. Nice. That's how slow that projectile is. Oh, nice guns.
Just always slow buttons, only just missing each other.
So good at just absolutely like it's a knee-jerk reflex. As soon as you get in, you jump, you hit something, you land right in his face. He's gonna grab you. That's usually what absolutely fucks me, because I tend to, once I land, I tend to parry straight away because I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna get fast button as soon as I land. Oh.
Does Bike not have any air normals that attack diagonally down?
Yeah, the slash. But
The slash, yeah.
even if I'm like, I still get to the opponent's face when I land, which is not great because I can just get grabbed.
So it doesn't leave. Oh right. So there's no way for you to angle that, so you can you can still hit him, and then be just out of grab range.
The only way I can do that is if I use my cannon. So if I use my jump dust, it launches me back, so I can land outside of the grab range. But that's a long move, so it takes a while for me to reach the ground. So that leaves me open for like a low attack. But it also depends on whether or not it hits. So it's a risk either way. But yeah, that's
a better effort from Senpuu this week.
Yeah, I mean he got a game, so he got a game and got 2 rounds, which is more than last week, definitely. So yeah, good job, Senpuu. You just got yourself
You've earned yourself a nice banana. Here you go.
Yes, well, so far it looks like he's second place. So
well, we'll see how you turn.
Yeah, let's see if I can catch up to him.
Good luck.
Thanks. I'm coming for you, Reinart.
Well, look who it is.
It's me. And I'm ready.
With my aggressive titties.
Yes. Oh, every week when it comes to this, I come into this match with the knowledge that I have what it takes to kill him. It's whether or not he's gonna get so if he gets a buster, I'm probably gonna die. If he gets a heavenly buster, I'm probably gonna die. So those are the 2 things I need to avoid. Everything else I can deal with. So that's pretty much the philosophy I have when I start this match. So
The only thing I'd say about that is you can use that to focus on, okay, how can I avoid this, instead of feeling like you're relying on him to mess up.
Oh no, I'm trying to make him mess up. There we go. That's how I deal with Mega Fist when I actually succeed.
And nice, you're keeping up the pressure. But
yeah, I bursted there because I did not want to risk any of the grab bullshit. Which then I ate the heat knuckle. So.
Oh, you actually blocked it this time. Nice.
That was the rare occasion where I could get a close slash in before he grabbed. So. Oh no.
Oh.
And that's what I needed to avoid, and I didn't. If only I jumped.
Were you going for a parry again?
I can't remember what I was gonna do.
Probably a parry.
It wasn't a parry because it didn't say reversal.
Oh right.
If it does say reversal, it's probably a parry. Oh, there we go. My signature grab.
So it's always got to be a brave person to willingly rope yourself to Potemkin.
I mean, that's the only way. If I don't like that's literally where my damage comes from.
True, as long as you can keep control of that phase, of the rope phase, we'll call it.
Yeah,
There
we go.
Not bad at all, not bad. Let's see if you can get this. If you can get match free, ring free.
Ring free match 1. Sometimes throwing out that 6p is really useful. It's just like, oh, I'm done with my combo here. I need to. Oh, there we go. No Garuda for you. That's usually I'm pretty good at parrying the Garuda, but when I have the meter, it's better to just go for the super because it's a way bigger punish. That's game 1. God damn! So this also proves that I have what it takes. I just need to make sure that he whips more than I do. Even though I ate that buster in the first round.
The satisfaction is palpable.
I just don't want the buster in my face.
That would be so great if he just walked right up and busted you.
I mean, that happened before. Oh, the good old run up and grab. I was like, okay, he's gonna expect my pressure to go on, so I'm better off just running up and grabbing.
You know what? I'm the grappler now. Fuck you, Potemkin.
Oh, fucking magnificent.
Nice block, Will. Nice.
Okay. Yep, that's where I want him, and he bursts. Damn it.
Oh no.
See what I'm talking about? Like if that hits me and I'm like half health for like almost 60%, he can just kill me. Like, and it's one move. It's not even like a combo that he can drop or anything.
Sorry, lad. You need to. When he has meter, you need to jump a lot less.
Yeah, but if I don't jump, then he can just do the wall. Like if I like, you know, the wall usually comes when I'm that's like the wake up super. So if I try to go for like a OTG, there we go.
I think we can all deal with the wall better than Heavenly Potemkin Buster.
This particular combo I'm not too mad about because he needed to Roman cancel and he did the full combo, which was like 8 hits or something, and he did the same damage as a Heavenly Buster. It's more fair because he has the chance of dropping it.
Oh, nice counter from you here.
Oh no. Oh, okay. No worries.
Nice grab.
Even though I whiffed the kick, I still got the grab, which is fine because that's what I was going for anyway.
Oh,
Super. Yeah.
nice.
I'm glad that I do exactly what I would have done. That's the punish. Yes, the awkward kick gets me the round. That 6k is just so good.
We've all been getting a lot more meaties against Reinart. That's not something I feel like we can do against each other.
Well, it's really difficult to me because I either parry it or I do a wake up super. Whereas he's less generous with his wake up supers. Yeah, I knew that the buster was coming, so okay, this is my time to shine.
What's the frame data for Buster? Is that like most grabs? Oh no.
This, I actually took a screenshot of this. I don't think this was legit. Like obviously it was legit, but it didn't look like it should get me. But it did. And
Did it just graze one of your
it just feels like that because I didn't press a button
a
then.
nice parry.
Yeah, usually when I get a parry, it's like, oh nice, okay. So
Nice, I didn't get busted.
what do I do now? Because against him, it's so. Oh no, that was probably not on purpose. Yeah, that was definitely not on purpose. Usually when my super comes out and it's like really far, it was meant to be a Kabari.
And
Yeah.
was that just a panic burst there?
I think so. I can't remember what, like, I think I was in the mental state of, shit, I just used my super and I didn't want to. That's the one thing I noticed, that if I'm low on health and I use my super, I tend to just die, because it gets blocked, and it's really punishable.
That's one way we. It's yourself and Fergus. These are very easy to beat a super item. And just get you to waste your meter.
Yeah, but sometimes it works. I like to use my super because it does so much damage, and it also wall breaks from a really ridiculous distance, almost half screen.
Yeah, it's like Leo's super from steeple stance. It doesn't do the most damage, but it's going to corner carry. And maybe even wall break.
Oh, that's such a classic. Oh, okay.
Nice.
That was him whiffing the Buster, and I also whiffed the Yozansen, which turned into a Kabari, and I got the upper hand. Nice.
I guess. What?
So the reason this worked is because I did a Yozansen, which takes me off the ground, and as soon as I leave the ground, that thing gets you, and you just cannot get rid of it.
Ah, because it looked like he just heat knocked you from the ground.
Yeah, but that was a Yozansen getting TK'd at the time. Just doing my regular pressure stuff. This is why I figured that it actually works against him if I just throw out the Kabari. Oh, this time. Not this time. Not again. Signature grab.
Grappler Viking.
Oh, I just hate how like short that 6p is.
Oh no. Is he getting the steal? And he is.
This is what I'm talking about. Like, look at the health. It came down to the last hit. Any button I press apart from a punch would have killed.
And that's just a smell of the game. There's Guilty Gear. You've
Yes.
got 1 pixel left. Don't worry. You can bring this back.
Yes. Unless you're Potemkin, because it's like, oh no, the opponent has 50% health. I won.
I just need to grab him at one time. Do you punish your booty bash? No, you don't.
The problem with that is that I really struggle to position, like to know where I am. And there we go, the 6p.
And you get clapped.
Well, the thing is that I got the exact same score as Senpuu did, which means that we're going to have to do a tiebreaker. Which is something, even like it's not a tiebreaker for the belt, but is the next best thing, because at least it's not just like Reinhardt just steamrolling everyone and then we all go home with the sad feeling of just like I didn't even get a game, because at this time we both got a
Believe
game.
me, I know that feeling.
No, I know that you know that feeling, but the thing is that at least you get like two. You usually fight 2 games, because if you get no games against Reinhardt, you usually face off for the spoon, which is actually like if I were to face you for the spoon, there's a good chance that I would take the spoon, because we played enough together to.
I have just sheer amount of playing against you. I'd agree with you there. I just know you better, but I'd say it might be equal between yourself and Fergus. Not because I've played against him the most, but because I feel like I'm probably the closest in just raw skill.
Yeah, but then again, I do lose to GPB sometimes, because he kind of knows when I'm gonna jump, and that's all you need to know with Axel. Like, do you throw, like, you know, when you're a full screen, it's like, do I throw a 6K so I hit the opponent out of the air, or do I throw like a low button and then just hit them like, you know, like a Renson or something. So if he guesses right, I'm staying full screen, and even if he doesn't guess right and I get in, and then he gets the 2K 2D and then puts me back full screen, then he goes back to like square one. It's like, okay, I'm gonna guess if it's low or jump, and that's it. Whereas with you, it's always like, it's just the classic Leo bullshit. It could be like DP, it could be coming like straight at me, it could be a low attack, it could be back turn. There's so much more variety than fighting Axel or Potemkin. So yeah. Yeah, so I guess we're just going to have to see who's second place. Is it me or is it Senpuu?
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. 2 fighters facing off for the coveted title of not even first place. Let's go!
Nice. I want to be not even first place.
Yes, I want to be the best.
I want to be
Of the losers.
I want to be the best of the not first place. Oh. The reason that this match is a bit more balanced in a way is because we spar a lot with Senpuu. Like that, he's probably like at this point he is the person I play with the most when it's not the gauntlet. So
It's always Leo's. It used to be me. Now it's Senpuu.
well, because you're not online all that much anymore.
Yeah. And eventually I'll get my free time back from college.
Nice. So yeah, it's just using everything we have. This is usually something that when we just casually play, we almost play like on autopilot, and then once we eat like a couple of like really fat punishes, we just go like, okay, now I need to focus.
Being shocked awake, yeah.
Yeah, and then, but obviously in this scenario, we already had the meat of the game. We already faced the champion, so we're both like kind of tired. But it seems I'm more tired than him.
I've got to say, it was cool seeing that guard point being blocking the Yosansen.
I mean, he always gets me with the guard point. That's one of the. I was ready for the Ungapunga there. I was hoping he would DP, but he didn't. So I just whiffed my parry there.
It's a strange day when Senpuu doesn't wake up DP all the time.
I mean, he started not doing it because I kept parrying it. So he was like, okay, I need to figure out something. And it's just, it's a whole different game now.
Nice. That doesn't pull you in if you have guard point. Nice.
Oh, it doesn't pull you anyway. At this point, it's just like Baiken throws out the Kabari and then she just jumps onto you. You don't really get pulled.
Ah, no.
Senpuu.
Let's see if you can bring this back.
I have the ability. I don't know if I have the fortitude. Because I know when this was going down, I was yeah, this was me after like a 8 or 9 hour shift, and obviously we had the main gauntlet, so I was just like blowing all my energy. So facing off for the second place had me like at the absolute like lowest energy point of my day.
It's always rough having to go to an event like this after work. Like I know how you feel. Like especially after I had work before a previous pay-per-view, so I just felt absolutely destroyed going on.
But that's usually my Monday. I always do better on the gauntlets where when I don't need to work beforehand. But in this particular case, that was not an option.
Oh, nice! That's not an interaction I remember. Like Kabari getting you, but
no, the reason, yeah. So the reason this scenario went in his favor is because I didn't realize that if you parry, you still get the tether. So I didn't realize that I was tethered, and then I just got absolutely blown up because the physics changed when that happened. So I was just like, oh no.
You weren't prepared for it.
No, I was not prepared for my own bullshit. That's what happened. Yeah, that pressure is good, but the downside is that once you have a frame trap, I'm gonna be waiting. So this whole like footsie pressure, it works against everyone, but if I can call your frame trap, then oh boy.
Oh yes. Get a nice and meaty function.
I just love the 6K to grab. It's such a great move, and I got grabbed. Nice. I deserve nothing less.
Talking about grabs, what just happened to me?
No, but even though this looks really one-sided, but it's really not. It could actually go either way. Like most of the time, it does. Like when we do play like 20 to 50 games, it usually goes like 50-50.
I will say this is definitely Senpuu dominating. I mean, not dominating, but doing better. But it's not as one-sided as you think it looks.
Yeah, that's just And also, I don't really mind. It's like, you know, once the belt is out of the question, as long as I'm not going home with the spoon, I'm okay. Because, you know, you did like, if you don't get the belt, you just don't want to be last. That's pretty much the whole mindset. Oh, I got the fat punish. Oh, it wasn't fat enough.
It was a thin punish.
It was a chubby punish.
A chubby punish,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, it's not quite fat, but it's. Oh, okay. I think I'm getting the. Yeah, I got the full. No, not the.
And
Oh my
no,
god!
lad.
If only
No.
I didn't go for the 2H there, that would have been a kill.
Oh no!
That happened before.
That's Senpuu via
Cheating.
shots so close that the bullet goes through him without any damage.
That actually works because the animation for that is so there's a startup for the gun, and when the gun comes out, I'm striking vulnerable, but obviously the grab is 2 frames, so he can actually grab me, and the bullet just goes straight through because you're invulnerable when you successfully grab. So it's a whole weird like scenario where it's gonna get parried.
No, oh yes.
Yeah. That's the one thing. I don't know why I do wake up super when they turn their back. It's either you or him. Every time you're turning your back, running up to me when I'm on the ground. It's clear as day you're gonna parry if I do a wake up super. I do it anyway because I'm a fucking idiot. But that's.
I can't help but feel like it just triggers a fear emotion in yourself.
It's
and
not
GPP.
It's not a fear emotion. It's what is actually happening is that when I see you in back turn, I am hoping that you're not going to press the parry, because if I buffer my input for the wake up super, and I see you pressing a different button, it actually lets me see that attack coming out. And before it becomes active, if I press my slash, it gets my super, and it's all just like a split second.
Yeah.
But if I can see that your button is actually coming out, and I press my button, then I get my wake up super, and it's gonna punish you. The problem is that if I buffer that, and I see you doing the parry, and my brain still goes, yeah, you should press the button. That's when I get parried and go absolutely destroyed. So, yeah, that's something that happens. Quite often, actually. That's why I'm trying not to do that. So when that's why I usually tend to just go for the parry instead. So then we just do a parry off. But then it usually goes down to who parries more, and it's just like whoever gives up first, whoever whiffs the. Well, usually I'm the only one who can whiff the parry. But if I do whiff the input, I accidentally punch your parry, and I just get destroyed.
The cool thing about the parries off is like, I feel like it's a rock, paper, scissors. So there's realistically 3 options we can both do. So there's the parry, which is what we do a lot.
Yeah.
Then there's like one of us chooses to strike, which parry beats. Or we can delay hit, which will beat the parry, but lose to a strike.
Or you can grab if you're close enough. But
True, but then again, the strike just beats that, so.
no, the strike doesn't beat the grab if it's close enough.
Oh, right.
So if we're doing a parry off and then I instantly go for the grab, but my recovery is longer on my parry. So if you do your parry and I do my parry and then you instantly do a really quick button like your low kick,
Yeah.
that's gonna get me, because I'm still in recovery, because I have 45 frames, whereas you have like much less than that. So I don't actually know the frame data for your parry, but my parry is super long, at least in recovery.
I don't know the frame data, but I'm pretty sure it's not 45 frames.
No, that's much less than that. Also, it leaves you invulnerable for much longer. Like I remember when I was doing the big like fan super with Anji. If you're standing in it with Leo and you do like 3 parries, you just survive it. Which is so weird. Like, how can you just not get like vulnerable as you're doing your parry, and then it just goes off and you do it again. It keeps you invulnerable the whole time.
Hey man, you need to be in backdown stance. You need to earn your right to use a parry.
I know, but it's not that hard to get into backdown stance.
Against a decent player, they're not just going to let you get into back turn.
But you do a pillar, you get into it. You cross the opponent
True.
up, you get into it. You can just.
You need to win. You need to get a clean hit against somebody and then integrate that as part of your combo. Like, you can't just run through people unless you've got them feared or you think you're going to keep doing your heavy slash stuff.
I mean, yeah, I understand it, but what I'm saying is that it's not that, like, on a technical level, it doesn't take much to get into back turn.
Technically, no, but
I mean,
you have to work, like,
yeah,
use mind games to get into it rather than...
Of course, yeah, but considering that your back turn stance is probably like Leo in back turn is probably just stronger than the rest of the cast altogether.
When you're right close up in somebody's face, yes.
Yeah, because that's just...
You don't want to be in back turn stance, like, from halfway across the screen. That's not a good idea. Unless you're spot on with parries. But even then, it's like, it's not worth it, because at the most you're just going to knock people's attacks away instead of get a proper parry.
Or you can reflect projectiles with that as well, which is quite cool. Right, so there's only one thing left, because now I'm third place. That is concluded, but we just need to see whether it's you or Green Palabard who gets the spoon. Let's see. It's time to decide who gets to take home the beautiful wooden spoon of the BGF. Is it yourself, or is it the Green Palabard? I mean, at the very least, it is a really nice looking spoon.
Yeah, like, I was a bit salty seeing it at first, because I was like, I don't know, I'm going to have this, but you know what, it's nice enough.
Yeah, that's really just like, you know, having the spoon. I understand that it's like it probably is annoying because, you know, that's the one thing you don't want to take home. But that is also your motivation. Like, when you have it, it's like, okay, next week I need to pass this down to somebody else.
It's trying to balance that out and just accept reality without being fatalistic about it.
Yeah. I can see that your pressure is actually. This is the, like, if you just look at like the older footage that you have against the Palabard, you don't really have this like, you know, you never knew how to deal with the spinny stuff, or just like when he's throwing out the Renser or he's throwing out the oh, okay, I don't know what's gonna happen. Oh, right, it works.
Wins in the dirtiest way possible. I'll take that.
A win's a win.
But yes, as you were saying.
Yeah, it's like what I'm like. Obviously, there's a noticeable improvement. This is one of.
Thank you.
This is the basically the main reason we started making these videos, is that we can just look back at them and then just go like, okay, I can see how much I have improved over the weeks. But then, you know, starting the commentary is like we do the commentary, so it's like for outside audiences it would be like at least semi-enjoyable, but it's really just for us to see what we have done.
Hey man, we've got a wee following online.
Well,
We've got some guest stars.
At the moment, it's not that big of a deal, but yeah, I mean, you know, just in case you're in the future, you watching, if you're watching this sometime in the future and you're enjoying the content, yes, this is the beginning of the BGF. This is week 24, and this is Case of Chaos eating the Sickle Storm.
Sickle Storm, love.
That's
GPP and Massive.
That's a good comeback. This is something that you can do, but I don't really see Senpuu doing. This whole, like, getting a counter hit, then doing that low kick thingy, so you actually keep the juggle going, and then you go to the super, which usually ends up in a wall break. That is something that you do, but he really doesn't. And it just came down to one combo.
I feel like when it comes to learning combos, if you make them yourself, it's just a lot easier to remember them. So say I could copy a lot of Senpuu stuff, but it's not gonna. I'm not gonna have the investment in it, like unless it's really good. But then, as you can see here from my loops, from my dash 2D punishes, it's just ingrained in my head because it's my creation. Like I'm sure some like pro Leo has probably done this stuff before, but
oh yeah,
it feels better figuring it out for yourself.
Yeah, but what I usually do is that I just go on nice blocking and time stop.
Thank you.
So it's like usually what I do is that I see what other people have come up with as combos, and then I do them, and then I go, okay, like how would I do this? Like is this actually something that fits my playstyle, or do I use a different button at a different point? And then I just figure out how it actually works for me, not to mess with my muscle memory all that much.
True, yeah. I feel like I'm kind of the same as well, yeah. Just you put it a lot more elegant.
Yeah. Oh, there's the burst.
Oh, am I going to get in and stay in? No, yellow.
Oh, but you blocked the follow, which is good. That's usually where I mess up.
Oh, I did get my low kick, but I didn't capitalise and I'm just being pushed away. This is something that I've struggled with this week for some reason, is jumping overheads.
Oh no, he's been doing really well with the jump slash to snail, because obviously that's an overhead to another overhead. So when you get hit by the jump slash, it's like, oh no, I got hit. That's fine. Oh
yeah, I read the command grab, but I jumped way too early. That was so painful when I saw that.
And you got the axe bomber just to make sure that you know that you got absolutely punished.
You messed up in the worst way possible.
Oh, you're eating the sickle stone.
No.
The one time Green Palabar could take the belt from Reinhardt was when he was eating every single one of the sickle stars. And then he learned. That's the Palabard again.
He learned the Palabard's one trick.
Yes, the wake up super.
I like to feel like I was doing much better this week, despite it not so far looking like it.
Yeah, but that's what I've been saying. So it's like everybody's improving, but it really comes down to the wire. So it's like, just because you are ending up in the same position, it doesn't mean that you are not better. It just means that, and also like every week you come closer to actually claiming the belt, which is fucking crazy.
Oh, thank you.
It's just like you end up once you get through that. But basically, what's happening to you right here is the same that happened to me. That is just like at this point you are running low on energy, so you're just like you're using all your reserves of focus to just like try and get the win, and it's not really working in your favor.
I don't know if I can't remember on the day, but maybe I was just too hungry to get in and get a hit. So I was just.
I mean, that's what you wanna be.
Yeah. But you can't just throw it out. You need to be smart about it.
So yeah, that's the final standing. Basically this is roughly the same as just me and Senpuu switched places. So I needed to make a new podium. But yeah, I really don't mind being in third place because he absolutely wrecked me, so he earned the second place. At least we actually got to fight for it, which is much better to just lose to Reinhardt and go with whatever that.
Just everybody take their turn to be smacked up, and then just sit in the corner for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, even if you do get smacked up, like. As the absolute like journey that we had so far, like in the beginning it was just like initially it was Senpuu got the belt, and then it was I think I took it the second week, and then Reinhardt took it, and it was just like circulating in between the three of us, and then like somewhere down the line is just like Palabard taking it, and there was so many times when it was almost you, but it was always just almost. Which is so frustrating because I really wanted one of you to get the bat, and obviously like you had this rivalry, like who's the true rising star, and that kind of concluded when Palabar took the belt, because all of a sudden he is the one who actually got the belt first, which means that you are still the underdog, but you're the fan favorite. It's just like it's a good system that we have. But I do want to see you take the belt once, because I remember when you said, I think it was one of your first promos when you went just like, and I will stop at nothing, and I mean nothing, to be the champion. And well, you still haven't
Hey man,
stopped.
I'm holding to it. I'm not quitting.
Yeah, you haven't stopped.
It might be a while.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be a while. Like what I was thinking is like, okay, I picked up a new character because I actually got the character that I wanted to play. So all that like 400, almost 500 hours of Bungie just went to, I wouldn't say went to nothing, because I do know the basics of the game, and I know basically every other character and how to play against them. So that is useful. But learning a different character, it's sort of like it gets rid of like some of the stuff you have learned, and obviously you need to like rewire your muscles and everything, because you need to use different moves, which I have reached.
Do you feel like having to relearn a character? Learn a new character. Do you feel like the process was much quicker because you've done that process of being like, I have no idea what to do with this palette, and then build up from there?
I don't think I could really answer this question properly, because I did play Biken in the previous games. So
true, but
it's
old Biken and new Biken.
I mean, yeah, the strings are different. Some of the moves are slightly different, but the general idea, you're still throwing Kabaris, you're still doing your Zansens, you're still doing the parries. It's the mindset is the same. It's just the execution is slightly different.
What I'm really wondering is, I feel like it probably helps for learning fighting games in general to pick up a new character. Just helps expand your mind, as just like how learning more than one language just helps.
Yeah, even if you just like pick up a different game, like
Persona 4.
Well, I didn't mean Persona. I didn't mean Persona 4. I was more thinking about Samsho.
Yeah.
Like when we picked up Samsho, like that was, it operates on a different like executional level. So it's like the moves are quite simple, and like it's all about the footies and all that stuff. So it makes you think differently. And then when you go back to Strive,
it feels so fast.
That's the one thing, but also you keep your position more in mind, because you played a game that was all about positioning.
Yeah.
And then it's not like Strive is no longer just like getting into the opponent's face and just like absolutely wrecking them. All of a sudden you pay more attention to your footsies.
Yeah. That's a good point, yeah, because I feel like our footsies have much improved since we've all decided to just pick up a character or two from Samsho.
Yeah, and it's the same with Persona. The reason I picked up Persona so quickly is because I used to play XX, and Guilty Gear XX plays a lot like Persona.
Yeah,
so it's like almost.
It's got that anime-ish sort of.
It's not just that, but
the
the feel of the game and the moves and the general mechanics. You have your Roman cancel. You have your burst. You have your jump cancels, your dash cancels. You can tech out. Everything that you do in there is the same as Exard or XX.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, it felt like really natural, but also like the speed of the game is higher than the speed of Strive. So when you go back to Strive, it feels like you have more time to think, because things going on a slightly slower pace.
I don't know if there is more going on, but it feels like there's more under the hoods gameplay, not like as in mechanics, but just in like of what you have to think about what the other person is doing in Strive. I don't know if that's just our level of proficiency, or if that's more of a consequence of anime games being really fast paced and pretty much always up in your face.
I don't really know, because I haven't really got to a really high level in the previous Guilty Gear games. So, and that is like the only anime fighting game I have played.
No, with exception of XX, of course.
Yeah, but with XX, I don't really have all that many hours.
It's just a casual play. Like,
yeah, And also, I haven't really played it online either. Like, I think I played like 1 or 2 matches and I got absolutely destroyed. Because there's just a whole different game. It's like old school fighting games do not fuck around. Like, you need to. There's no buffer time. If you don't do the execution like almost perfectly, you're not gonna get the move. It's just that simple. Whereas in Strive, I have time to get the input and then delay the button to see if you press anything. And if you did, it's just like, okay, I'm gonna press the button. Oh, look, it's the super. So yeah, it's just I don't mind that fighting games are getting more accessible.
I honestly prefer that we're becoming more accessible because, well, not only did the accessibility of Strive help me get in and then pick up and get interested in in older fighting games such as Persona 4.
Yeah.
But it just increases the total amount of people that are going to get into these games, which is very important for fighting games because we know how quick they die off.
Well, especially with shitty netcodes.
Oh yeah. Well, thankfully that's changing nowadays for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah. Please give us rollback on everything.
Yes.
But yeah, I would say that this was an okay gauntlet. It wasn't the most exciting one, but it was.
I thought it was a positive one for me,
No,
even though the scores don't quite, well, we don't at all reflect it, but I was quite happy this week.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that you did well, especially in the very first game. That was peak. You almost got like literally it was you were 1 DP away from winning that game.
I did felt at least the first round felt so good.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we have been talking for long enough. Right. So
Okay, all right.
okay, all right.
But no, man, good games today.
Yeah.
Okay.
GG. And for everyone who actually tuned in, thanks for watching. And we'll see you on the next Monday night. Rollback.
Oh yeah.